People that have played video games for extended periods, have you ever felt like you were still in the game even after you have stopped? If so, what happened? My cousin has played GTA for hours and it was raining in the game. When he stopped playing, his mother and aunt came home. He asked them if they got wet because of the rain. I can see myself doing that, lol. GTA is so bad for this because it's closer to reality than most games. I remember keeping such a sharp eye out for good cars to sell in the game that real cars with similar features caught my eyes hard. I could see the gameplay when I closed my eyes. And the game was Transformice, lol. Jesus. Nothing scarier than seeing a giant group of mice race to the cheese and back, while pushing each other of the flimsy bridge the shaman made. Lol, I didn't expect to see Transformice mentioned here. I once quit a Half-Life marathon to leave my room and thought quick save when I was about to open my bedroom door. I'm a programming student and I dropped a bowl at my job the other day and made a huge mess. My first reaction was to hit Ctrl+Z in midair with my left hand. My son was taking the ACT test and thought, this is an important test, I better quick save. Lol, one of my favorite anecdotes. When I was young and irresponsible, I dedicated 3 weeks of my life to playing the first System Shock non-stop. One day, I got caught on the toilet and discovered I had done the deed but there was no paper left. My immediate reaction was if I had saved before going, I could simply reload. Yeah. Imagine you load and all the shit crawls back inside you. I was playing Skyrim for a few hours every day, went over to a friend's house and noticed their lavender bush and thought I should harvest that, went on a Skyrim break after that. Had a similar thing happen after spending a few days doing almost nothing but playing MGSV. I was walking to the beach with my friend and I saw some yellow flowers on the other side of the road, and I had to seriously restrain myself from going over there to grab them. It's so weird how games can get in your head like that. I got really into modding Skyrim. I was out one day and saw the shadow of a pillar, thought to myself, yay, that's alright, but I bet there's a better ENB I can get. Literal real shadows were not good enough for me in that moment. This is almost too stupid to tell, but as kid I played whole day checkers on my PC. Then when I finally stopped and went eating, I felt like that I need to walk on the floor in the correct way to not break the rules. I bet the very low blood sugar was having a very big role in this. Sounds a little bit like the Tetris effect, where people who had played Tetris for an extended period of time will sometimes constantly think about how to arrange objects to use as little space as possible. After a long session of playing a first-person shooter, I went to sleep, kept waking up at night from the terrifying dreams. Every time I die in the dream I respawn. Every time I die in the dream I respawn. I don't mean to alarm you, but I think you might have broken out of the Matrix. I play a lot of Rocket League. A lot. I dreamt I was crashing the family car and the wife had to wake me up because I was saying, "Boost. Don't fail me now. Don't fail me now." Over and over in my sleep. Yo, so I had just finished playing Borderlands 2. I had been playing for like 7 hours straight and I looked at my hand and it just kinda looked off. That's when I noticed everything looked really different because I'd adjusted to the Borderlands environment in my mind, so reality looked wrong. I think you might have Borderlands personality disorder. I get this after too much VR. My brain forgets my real hand is actually flexible. I used to play a lot of Rust on PC. For the longest time, my heart would skip a beat and my first instinct was to duck slightly every time I heard a helicopter. I kind of got a knot in my stomach walking out of my front door after playing for a long period of time. For some reason I might be IRL door camped. The PTSD that games gives me. Same. Played it a fair bit in my late high school years. Was walking to the bus in the morning after a long night on wipe day and heard a helicopter. Instinctively thought to duck and hide in the woods to the side of the road. I played The Sims a lot as a kid, and would stack tasks up in my head in the order I wanted them done. Shower, breakfast, walk dog, lunch, etc. All of the other stuff here is like someone messing stuff up and just trying to reload a save or doing some dumb shit, and yours is just getting your life organized. I still do this. Also, my social moodlet is low. I should call my friend. I played through GTA 3 1 month, and after a particularly long night, I 100% stepped off the curb on a busy street, fully expecting the incoming traffic to grind to a halt, and yell at me. My buddy yelled at me first, and possibly saved my life. Okay, whoa. This is probably the worst one here. Jesus Christ. Well, I'm glad your friend was with you. I got obsessed with Plague Incorporated on my phone. Now I keep imagining all these news stories about a plague and have really vivid hallucinations of everyone wearing masks. Saddest part is that it's pretty easy to see that God's playing on casual mode. Hey, this guy. Alright, sobs. I did this with The Witcher 3. I stopped playing after my husband had gone to bed and didn't want to turn the light on or wake him up, so I attempted to activate my Witcher senses in hopes that they would highlight the items I needed to access in the bedroom, laundry bin, phone charger, etc. I immediately felt stupid. You could theoretically develop that ability, actually, but it would take more than 2 weeks of effort and belief that you could do it. My dad walks around in the dark and only kicks things that I moved and forgot to put back. Finally, another adult woman that knows what I've been through. As established in another comment I made, girl, I tried to summon my fucking wand. I refused to drive for at least an hour after playing any driving game. People will get hurt. Get Forza Horizon 4, it's my fave driving game, unless you already have it. I once went to a go-kart place with some friends. After tearing around the track for 45 minutes, I got in my car and tore out of the parking lot like I was still in the go-kart. It was only a few seconds, but holy shit. Scary. I played 4,000 hours on ARK Survival Evolved as a go-leader on an alpha tribe on the server we played on. This shit felt like a full-time job. I had to help organize schedules for everyone on when to play and set tasks for everyone to do. Eventually Chinese hackers wiped us off the server and I quit the game. I definitely felt like I should have been more busy after I quit and felt like I had so much free time. I love ARK. I didn't think anyone else here would have mentioned ARK, so I was a little surprised, lol. This happens way too much. It's fucking annoying. Whenever I play puzzle games for extended periods of times this happens to me. I get the method of thinking stuck in my head and I have to remind myself to stop thinking like it's Tetris or whatever. I used to play a game called 2048, you have a grid and you swipe up or down to combine boxes of the same score. I had to quit because it was getting to the point where I would see a row of people sat together and just be thinking of shoving them into each other to improve my score. Funny because this phenomenon is actually known as the Tetris effect. People mention it all the time on Reddit for some reason. I played Subnautica for 8 hours straight and heard my house creaking cause it was a thunderstorm and thought a reaper had found my sea moth while I was exploring the aurora. Is that game worth the download? Been thinking about checking it out. Subnautica gave me PTSD. I can swear to God I could see things pixelated after playing Monkey Island for too long as a kid. I had this after playing GTA Chinatown Wars on the Ds when I was young, it was freaky AF. I asked a lot of people about Loom. I play modded Minecraft a lot. One time I was out on a boat and saw an absolutely gorgeous sunset. For a split second I thought, I'm gonna jump off this boat and fly over there. I am sad to say that I realized I didn't have wings, but I also didn't jump off the boat. Elytra IRL would be the coolest ring. Why is this making me laugh so much? Not necessarily a video game, but I used to play Candy Crush a lot and one time I was watching regular show and was like, huh, if those two characters swapped clothes they'd both disappear. I deleted the app after that. Captain Hold Dash, Cupcake Match. I used to close my eyes and see the levels until I fell asleep. I had played Fallout 4 all day and had to eventually take the trash out. Well, I was home alone and ended up locking myself out. I seriously tried to load a save and then I realized I wasn't in a game anymore and was just fucked. I looked for this comment. I spent a long time playing Fallout and after the session I walked to my room and saw some bobby pins and immediately thought I should keep them just in case I flood a locked box or door. Had to stop gaming for a bit. Subscribe for more hot Reddit takes in your inbox, guaranteed.